Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for the Vampire Diaries Season 5, Episode 11.
Yes.
500 Years of Solitude, Vampire Diaries 100th episode. I'm your host, Dom. With me, I have my co-host, Mike. What is the sound of one hand clapping?
I'm not very good at it.
No? No.
No, I apologize.
So, how's it going?
It's going good. 100 episodes. That's a thing.
Yeah, we were having this conversation during the last Vampire Diaries. We were going to see if we could beat them to 100 episodes. We're trying to figure it out if we were going to make it or not. You said we were not going to come anywhere near it because all the shows were going on hiatus.
We came closer than I thought.
We are 5. This is our 95th episode. We got close.
So let's break this down at this rate. What
Vampire
will be our
Diaries has been
100th
going
episode?
for 5 years. We've been going for 3 months. Came close.
Close indeed. So, what will be our 100th episode? Let's see. Tuesday we have Pretty Little Liars, the originals, and Supernatural. Then we have American Horror Story
Right
Wednesday.
there. That should be our 100th, right?
No, if this is our 95th.
Oh, yeah. Okay. American Horror Story.
Next
So,
week's Vampire Diaries will be our 100th episode.
Yeah. We came close.
We came close. We were 1 week off. Apologies.
One week off.
Our sense of timing sucks.
These things happen.
Yes.
So, what did you think of this episode?
It was okay. It was a better episode because I've already explained on this podcast to those who've watched previous episodes that The Vampire Diaries is one of those shows where I get halfway through a season and I just get bored for no explicable reason, and then after a few weeks I'm rejuvenated and super interested again. So this was one of those episodes that didn't bore the heck out of me. I'm super interested again and I am rejuvenated. So it was a
Excellent.
good episode.
So that break, the like 2-month break that they had did justice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Just for the record, I just want to start out by saying I called it. We had this discussion at the end of our last podcast. We were trying to decide if Catherine was going to die, if Catherine was going to enter a new body, if she was going to be played by a new actress, if we'd feel gypped if she was played by a new actress. And then I came to the conclusion that she was going to jump into Elena's body. I called it.
Yeah, I agreed with the whole she's not going to die thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what I called. I don't even know if I called anything.
No.
But you know what, Dom? Congratulations, you win. You know what you win? This many Chuck E. Cheese tickets.
Oh. Well, I've been saving up. I have over 1 million of them, and I'm going to go in there and try to purchase the actual store next time.
Yeah, I have 3.5 million tickets. I'd like to purchase the store.
That's the thing,
See,
right?
see how they respond to that.
Yeah. So, I'm kind of disappointed that Umi couldn't be here. Because
Unfortunately, yes.
at the end of the last episode, she jumped into my theory and said that if Catherine jumped into Elena's body, it would be entertaining for 1 episode, but then she'd be sick of it by the second. So now that this is a thing, I'm curious to see if her opinion changed at all on it. So I guess we'll have to see. We'll wait and see it in action.
We'll have to wait and see it in action, yeah.
So, for the 100th episode, we got to see some more Catherine flashbacks. Not a whole lot of new flashbacks. It was all kind of flashbacks of eras and times we've already seen Catherine in, which kind of a little disappointing. I was expecting some new flashbacks, but
Yeah, it was all old stuff.
yeah,
With the twist.
Right. What they did was awesome. The most interesting thing that I think we learned about her past, which was not even her distant past, it was her more recent past, was when they traveled to Mystic Falls in the first place, the entire reason for them being there was to go to the Lockwood Mansion. We don't know why, we just know that they were going to the Lockwoods estate, and that's when she met Stefan for the first time, and the doppelganger paths had finally crossed.
Yarp.
So, I don't know. What was your favorite moment of this episode?
Favorite moment of this episode? Oh, good God. Um, I kind of got the giggles when they were all sitting around, saying every way that Catherine, screwed one of them over in the past, or was, basically a horrible, evil person, and they're just like one-upping their own stories and one-upping each other and taking a drink every time they do.
And then Elena comes in and she's like, I know exactly what you guys are doing. And they're all like, and she goes, she impersonated me so many times and screwed up my whole life. And then she takes a shot.
Yeah,
Oh, that was great.
Klaus returns, with Caroline in the woods, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's screw each other against this tree.
Well, I mean, Caroline did just get through saying that she wanted some scandalous sex.
Yes, she did just say that, so that was
So she got her wish.
She got scandalous sex in the woods of all places. That's like, no. That's like that's one step up the ladder from the beach, and I would rather neither of those things.
I'd prefer the woods over the beach because
I
the
would
beach
prefer the
gets
woods
sand
over the beach.
in places you don't want sand.
Well, I said earlier that with my luck, I'd get a beetle that would bite me on the ass or something.
That would take the fun out of it.
Painful. Especially those northern Alberta beetles.
Yeah.
Omi's family takes me camping. Oh, there are these giant beetles that fly around. Don't let them land on you. They bite really, really hard, and it hurts worse than a bee sting.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Just what I wanted
needed to hear that.
So,
anyway.
I think my favorite moment was Damon messing with
that was a good one.
With I can't think of her name.
Catherine.
I just blanked out of Catherine's name. How could that happen? Yeah, Damon messing with Catherine's brain. I think that was incredible.
I agree.
Well, there was so many awesome little things he did with that. But who were you surprised the most? Who made a reappearance this episode?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. You didn't expect Rebecca?
Didn't expect her at all. You know what? Her or Tyler.
Tyler was a nice surprise.
Like, we knew that we were going to see Aunt Jenna. We knew we were going to see Alaric. We knew we were going to see Klaus. We knew we were going to see Vicky. Just didn't know. There was no mention of Tyler, and I figured Klaus would be it. I didn't think Rebecca would be showing up. I didn't even think, it was a vision, but I didn't think Elijah would be showing up either.
And out of that, the one that actually 100% surprised me that I didn't even think there was a remote chance was Elena's father, John Gilbert. Did not expect that. And he just, even though he was a Damon vision, and he just lopped off Catherine's fingers the same way that she did to him in the season 1 finale. That was probably my favorite appearance right there. Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't expect him. But out of everybody that could have possibly returned, who were you upset that didn't make the cut?
Shit if I know. I don't know.
No one. I have 2. You have 0. I have 2, so you could borrow one of mine.
All right, who are your 2? Because I definitely have 0.
Jeremy's ex-girlfriend Anna.
All right.
I would have liked to see her because they were doing flashbacks to Mystic Falls when Catherine was there. They could have easily just had Anna running in the background somewhere. She was a little kid at the time, so they could have just, even if she didn't have any speaking parts, if she was just running around in the background, if she was just there, that would have been fine. I would have loved that. Or if she was part of Catherine's entourage, sitting in the carriage with her and the other witch. Bennett witch. I don't remember that one's name. I was surprised, actually, now that I mention it. Surprised to see her in there. I didn't expect her.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't expect her either.
But probably the one that I personally, I wasn't expecting, but I would have enjoyed to see was Cole.
Yeah. I didn't even lump them in there.
Yeah. I don't know. I was expecting Elijah. I was expecting Rebecca. I was expecting Klaus. to a degree. I didn't count them out of the realm of possibilities, but I didn't necessarily think that they would be in it either. But I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up. Cole and Finn, I was expecting some way, shape, or form to have a flashback with Catherine. But we didn't even get that out of them. I know the actor that plays Cole has a lot of interest in playing that character still. Whether it's a return to the show, if it's a flashbacks, strictly flashbacks, be it the originals, be it the Vampire Diaries, he has a lot of interest. He showed up. Nina Dobrev had a huge party. Almost the entire cast was there, past and present. So he was there. I don't know. I would love to see him again. I think he's a phenomenal actor.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm curious if it's not a flashback. I'm curious how they'd explain him not being dead. He'd probably be on the originals and not Vampire Diaries.
Yep.
So, but
we talked about Tyler coming back, but I was surprised that Rebecca gave Tyler as a gift to Matt. That just seemed a little weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does this mean Tyler's going to be back as a series regular now?
I don't know, because he's kind of disappeared from the originals after that one episode we saw him in.
Right.
Or 2 episodes we saw him in.
So that kind of brings up the question of where this episode fits in the timeline.
Right.
So Tyler was last seen in episode 8 of the originals.
Okay.
So I'm placing the show somewhere between episode 8 and episode 9.
Okay.
Right around the time when Elijah was bitten by Klaus and he was kind of having hallucinations in the bayou.
Right.
Which would explain why Elijah himself didn't show up and they only used him as a vision. That's when I place that. So.
Okay then.
Seems about right, because it wouldn't work for them to be right now. If it was right after the events of everything that just went down in New Orleans, it wouldn't really fit.
No, it wouldn't. You're right.
So that would also explain why there had been no mention of Tyler on the originals for 4 episodes now, 3 episodes. If he was last seen episode 8, we haven't heard anything on him, so that's what, 9, 10, 11, 12?
Like 4 or 5 episodes, yeah.
So, yeah. So that would explain that. So I think that's fairly accurate placement, but we'll have to wait for some official confirmation on that if we'll ever get any.
Probably not.
But
you never know.
Probably the only new piece of story that we got that wasn't involved in flashbacks or anything like that was the fact that Catherine's daughter, Nadia, took Stefan and Elena to a house filled with travelers. They all temporarily suspended their vampire powers. The daylight rings didn't work. They didn't heal, anything like that. And they drained good amount of blood out of their wrists.
Yep.
What could the travelers possibly want with doppelganger blood?
I have no idea. Maybe it's some kind of sinister thing to remove doppelgangers from existence. Maybe it's something to do with Silas again. Maybe it's
Well, at least you were under the assumption last week that last episode, that there was going to be no more doppelgangers.
Right. So maybe this is their way of making that so?
Maybe that's their way of bringing doppelgangers back, too.
Maybe that's possible. And here's my thing. Well, actually, this was Omi's thing, and I'll bring it up for her, being she's not here. They've been making it seem that the travelers are practically extinct, that there's very, very few of them left. And now we got an entire house, full property, full of them. Like, there were at least 50 people, maybe more there. There's a lot of them. And I mean, they've been giving us, the inkling that, there's only like 4 or 5 of them left in the whole world. maybe 6 or something like that.
Well,
And then
they said there were a few of them that they were kind of dying off.
a few of them. Yeah, this is more than
Right,
a few.
right. But in terms of
There's
global
towns with
scale,
less population.
50 travelers compared to millions of people living on the Earth is not a whole lot.
True, but that's the thing, is that the whole traveler population of the world
That
all gathered in that one house.
that very well could have been the case.
Yes, exactly. But then I brought that up to Omi while we were watching the episode. She goes, "Why would they do that though? Why would they all put themselves in one place like that?" And I'm like, "Oh, some ritual or some bullshit."
Yeah,
I don't.
whatever they needed that blood for. Um,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
stuff.
I'm very curious, and if the travelers have power to do that to vampires, are they more powerful than witches?
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed to have taken a lot of them to
Yeah,
chant that.
this is true.
Maybe it's the same thing as a witch. It's individual stuff,
Hmm.
or maybe they don't have a lot of powers, just little tricks and yeah, just tricks here and there.
Yeah,
Because you get you get the image like they're, for lack of a better word, wandering gypsies.
yeah. It
So
seemed
maybe
very
it's
gypsy-esque to me.
maybe it's more trickery and less actual magic.
Yeah, I could see that. So, what dynamics do you think we're gonna see now with Elena and Catherine being in the same body? We
Well,
kind of talked about this a little last episode, but now that it's a thing, um, I don't know.
I don't know. I gotta say, like, they activated Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
So she seems to be the primary personality right now, and Elena's stuck under. So unless Elena comes back up for any reason, I don't think there's going to be much interaction between the two of them. It's going to be interesting. Catherine, Catherine impersonated me many times and completely ruined my life. Foreshadowing much?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
How long do you think this is gonna last with Catherine being in Elena's body?
She can't perfectly mimic her. And if she sticks around the people that know both of them best, especially Stefan and Damon, they're gonna pick out little ticks, just tiny little mannerisms that Elena would not do or say, or just little things. And
I don't think they're gonna be suspecting this though. They're
no,
well under the assumption that Catherine is dead. Um, but here's the thing: Bonnie probably would know.
right, Bonnie said, she sees her, and then she's like, no, not yet, and disappears. So Bonnie obviously saw that. Now, Catherine dies, her body's dead, but Bonnie never had, you know, any
Right.
vision of her spirit or anything. So Bonnie's gonna know she's still alive.
Right.
So I don't see how she can keep it a secret for very long.
I don't know, but see now here's the thing: they've kind of been setting this up the whole episode or the whole season. Um, that Damon and Elena are now broken up,
Hmm.
and Catherine has fallen in love with Stefan all over again, and Stefan has kind of been falling back in love with her. So now with Elena and Stefan being broken up, or Elena and Damon being broken up, that leaves the realm of possibilities of Elena and Stefan getting back together. And what a perfect way to do that than to have Catherine be the catalyst to push that.
Yeah. Oh God.
So I could see the two of them getting back together, and Catherine will be in heaven because Stefan's all over again. You know?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just talking about who could the big villain be now that Dr. West is out of the picture. How can, where are they going to go from here and how are things going to get worse? And now all of a sudden it's like, guess what? Catherine's probably the villain again.
Maybe, but she's kind of more the anti-hero than the villain. Um,
Yeah, you're right.
so I think we're gonna see overarching stuff with the travelers directly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the Travelers are going to be a force to be reckoned with, and whatever they did with the doppelganger blood, be it summon an all-powerful Traveler, I don't know. Because the Travelers, their existence was to kill Silas, right? What was their secondary?
I don't know.
It was
I forgot.
at least Gregor's was to kill Catherine. So is their I don't think their objective would be to kill doppelgangers, because they had Elena and Stefan right there with them. If that was their goal, they should have done it then.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know. Maybe they need Stefan and Damon, Stefan and Elena. I'm still on the Delana bandwagon here. Stefan and Elena alive to do whatever ritual they were doing, whatever they need the blood for. But I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out more soon. I don't want this to be something that disappears for 3 episodes and then comes back right before like the season finale, and then we're left all summer wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I agree. It needs to be, you know.
But then again, that's something perfect for them to end the season with.
True.
To leave us wanting more. So. Yep. I don't know. This overall, this was a pretty entertaining episode. Not a whole lot story-wise, but it was still very entertaining nonetheless.
Yes, it was. But yeah, it was kind of a slow... Yeah, it was just a slow episode.
It was a slow episode, but it was interesting.
Yes, it was.
So, I don't know. I think it was perfect. I love seeing all the returning cast members, the little flashbacks we got. I just wish there were some new ones. We got some information about Dana. Oh my god, I'll never do this. Damon suspecting that Catherine had set the fires to, what was it, Georgia? Atlanta? I don't even remember now.
They said she rumored to have burned down the entire city of Atlanta at one point.
Yeah. So, and that coincides with real life events of fires down there, 1950s or whatever time frame that Damon said. So, yeah. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that they had potential to do that they didn't, but to also cram all that into one episode was kind of a little much, so I think expectations were a little higher than realistically possible, but it was still a very entertaining episode, and I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Yes, I agree.
So, any closing thoughts?
No.
Perfect. Mike, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Thilladren, Thilladren.
You can find me on Twitter at Phenomenon, Phenomedom, and you can find us both and others at ASOTV Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Gmail, YouTube, etc., etc. Whatever, /ASOTV Podcast. For some more podcasts or some of your favorite TV shows. Till next week.
No. Sorry, I'm making noises and I'm looking for the Mad Libs book.
See you guys later.
It's way too excited for this. Bye! What the fuck is that book?
I ate it.